Hey guys, wanted to bring you another YouTube video on at the time why we chose to leave California, specifically the Bay Area, to Oregon slash Washington. We were on the border of Oregon, Washington. We decided to settle at Vancouver, Washington. Mainly reason because the cost of living was cheaper. Purchasing a house eventually was going to be a lot cheaper because property tax was lower than Oregon and California. There was no state income tax in Washington. And then also it was business friendly for Washington, so it was cheaper than California and Oregon. There was also uh, right across, if you go Portland, there was still lots of great restaurants there, part of that big city life. Still within 5-10 minutes, just crossing the 205 and the 5, as long as you're not stuck on the bridge or any traffic. And then also, I thought it was going to be a good change, especially that the Bay Area seemed like it was getting very expensive, and there was some equity in the property, so it made things easier. And then also how our business was kind of transitioning at the time, and we have actually a blog that we're going to put in the description where you can read the full details, but just kind of giving you the gist and the pros of the cons of the benefit of moving out of California. We actually had Las Vegas on the list. We looked at Texas, but ultimately, because my wife's parents was in Salem, Oregon, we thought it was a good compromise in Vancouver, Washington, based on what my father-in-law, which is a CPA, recommended based on what we were trying to get accomplished and our goals. And again, property tax was big because we wanted to eventually buy a house, but we ended up renting just to learn the area. Then second, again, there was no sales tax in Oregon, and then there was also um, no state income tax in Washington. Business friendly in Washington. The weather is pretty much the same in Oregon and Washington. Um, it's not that far from Portland because, like I said, it's 5-10 minutes. You cross the bridge, you get to enjoy the everything about Portland, minus the traffic, and then also minus like the traffic. Sorry, the traffic and the congestion, and then also pretty much. Also, the cons was also where Oregon and Washington residents did not like Californians moving in that area because it kept pushing the price of the area, and so they did not really appreciate that. Um, there was actually one time where my parents visit from California, and their car was actually keyed, so that kind of left a bitter taste at the time that they didn't want to visit again because of that. They would have preferred flying or probably like rented a car somewhere from Oregon or Washington plates, because, like I said, they kind of blame Californians pushing up the price of the properties in Oregon and Washington. And again, most people, by the time we left, Oregon property tax was higher than California, especially even more than our California property. So that was another thing that most people didn't realize. Even if there was some places, if you lived in Portland, especially downtown Portland, some of those properties were starting to get as high as parts of the Bay Area. So especially, I didn't end up liking the weather out there because I thought I would like the rain as much, but there was one winter where summer started really late. It actually started almost end of June, and they even said it was the longest rainy season. And then, uh, so summer started pretty late, uh, and stopped raining close to end of June, and then it started back raining again in like early October. So you really had from July, August, and September, so 3 months of sunshine. And so I wasn't used to that because, especially coming from California, you get a lot of sunshine. The other thing that I was surprised there was black ice, and coming from California, never had to deal with black ice, so I didn't know what to expect. I even lost control one time late at night because it's really hard to see the black ice. And then the other thing that was pretty scary and dangerous is that sometimes people that aren't from or familiar with that drive really fast, and there was a lot of wrecks that way, and they don't salt the road. So in the end, I thought living there for 3 years was a nice experience, but glad we left. California kind of helped open my transition and open up my eye that there are more things or better opportunities outside California for a balance of family and work. So I think if you're thinking of leaving California, it's a good thing to consider now. Back then, like I said, it was cheaper and all that. I would look outside of Oregon or Washington, not in the Portland area. So again, if you're looking, do your research, and then I'll probably post and blog another video and blog about why we moved from Oregon/Washington area to ended up being the Las Vegas area. Again, go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for all your support. Thanks.